What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy ATruckerNamedJay checking in. Let's turn this light up in here. Oh, there we go. Get some light going. Get some better lighting in here and whatnot. So, I want to give you guys the update. If I remember correctly, the last video, as far as the last trucking video, because I think I did a video when I was going off on the trolls, but I can't remember if I've done a video since then. I do not believe so. So if that's the case, last time we talked, I was on my way home, upset about, what was going on with, the situation, this butane hauling situation. And I, definitely in my mind, it was strongly considering quitting this job. Strongly considering quitting, looking at other options that have been made available to me recently. And what ended up happening was I got some good advice from my boy D-Raj, one of the few people I actually take advice from. I'm talking about like advice. Some people in the comments make suggestions, and sometimes I do look at suggestions from time to time, but not all the time. When you get as many comments as I get on my videos, no flexing, but when you get as many comments as I get, it's just hard to really dissect and take in every single comment. I don't mean that arrogantly, I'm just being honest. But anyways, and he told me that I really needed to express how I felt about my situation to my boss. And I really didn't want to, I really just was ready to be done with the situation, and because I just didn't think that there was no middle ground. Obviously we weren't on the same page. Obviously it was a lot of things that were going on that just was drawing a lot of red flags, and I just was getting tired of it, and I just didn't want to deal with it. A lot of times when we have issues in life or problems or situations or whatever, instead of addressing them head on, we tend to ignore them, we tend to run from them, dance around them, and it just prolongs the issue, doesn't solve anything, just ends up adding more stress and frustration. So we had a conversation, and it's kind of, I don't want to say argument, but it was a very, I don't want to call it a heated discussion, because it was no hostility. I could have easily put the title of this video, got in an argument with my boss. I think I actually put a post up, but the more I thought about it, it wasn't really an argument. It was more like an emotional, I can't even think of the word, confessional. I don't know. I can't even think. I don't know what I'm going to put the title of this video. I probably will just put, got in an argument with my boss, because I can't think of no other way in putting it. I mean, that, but whatever. And I just told him my frustrations. I told him how, I was upset that, you brought me out the house to go up to Ohio, and, I did one load, and then I was sitting again, and then, you wanted me to sit for those days until the weekend for PA, but, I didn't want to do it for free, and I wanted compensation, and we agreed on compensation, and then the next day you wanted me to run home to the port to pull a load that was going to pay $36 more than what you were going to compensate me for sitting for those 2 days anyways, which was $150 a day. And then, I decide not to do that. I just go home out of frustration, and then you pull me back out. Hey, you're trying to get me to come back out, to pull now these Ohio loads that we're doing. We're doing these runs from Hopedale, Ohio to Argo, Illinois, and I was only an hour from the destination. I'm an hour from the pickup versus being 8 hours away at home. I told him that, because let me rewind. He did hit me up over the weekend saying, yo, we got work. We got work over the weekend. And I kind of was just like, I was just there. Where all of a sudden is this, But and either way, we went back and forth, and We got into a powwow. It was just, but it was a productive conversation. It was. He got some things off his chest. I got some things off mine. And I do believe that we are on the same page now, That being said, some things are going to change within the company. The two most important things, I guess, is that we no longer are taking the trucks home because it just was a lot of fuel that was burned up from me coming out that Tuesday for that load I did up in PA, and then going back home when I went home from Ohio, and then coming back up here to Ohio, and to catch it. For those who were wondering, yes, these, like I said, these loads are running from Hopedale, Ohio to Argo, Illinois, but I was at home, so instead of being 45 minutes away, which is what I was when I was in Ohio, sitting and was willing to take the 150 a day, I was in Newport News, Virginia, so I had to drive up 8 hours of, no pay pretty much because I was coming from home. But whatever, it is what it is. It's over with. But again, back to the conversation. Trucks are no longer going to go home, which I can 100% agree with that. I do believe that is it makes sense because with the way this butane contract works, majority, like, we were granted the loads from Houston, PA to Newington, Virginia, but there are runs that go from Houston, PA to like New York, or Houston, PA to Columbus, Ohio, parts of Ohio to other parts of Indiana, Illinois, and things of that nature. So being up in Houston, PA, gives us a quicker route to those other loads, so I can understand that. So what's going to happen now is that we're required pretty much to stay on the truck. Well, we're not required, but he will provide a plane ticket for us if we stay on the truck for 3 weeks. Now, if I want to go home after 2 weeks, I'm sure I can, but I gotta pay for my own plane ticket, which that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So also, after the second day. Excuse me. Okay, boom. So let's say it's Monday. You do a load. You don't do a load Tuesday. Wednesday, we're gonna start getting paid layover pay, or weight pay. It starts full. I'm not sure. We didn't get into the details. I don't know if it starts 24 hours after you deliver, or if it's like the next calendar day and then the day after that you start getting paid. I got to get the specifics of it, but we're going to start getting paid to wait. Start being paid to sit on the truck. Because I think that was one of the bigger issues, because the detention pay now, if you've been paying attention, I get paid detention pay when I actually have a load on my back. Pause. When I have, what I'm saying? But if I'm waiting on a load, pause again, there was no type of pay for waiting those 2, 3, 4 days at a time that we were waiting for loads, whether at the house or in the truck. And that's why we wanted to go home, because it's like we're sitting in the truck not getting any loads. We might as well go home. If we're going to sit, we're going to sit at the crib, especially if we're not being compensated. So now it's a situation where we're going to be compensated for sitting waiting on loads. So it's cool. So, so those are the two big things, 3 weeks and pay for the plane ticket, and we're going to start getting paid to wait, after the first day of sitting. I got no problem with that, man. And also, we both came to an understanding of why each other was frustrated. He got a lot of money invested. I'm trying to make a lot of money. We both want the same thing at the end of the day. I've been rocking with this dude since May. I was running port loads for him, for not a lot of pay, but I knew that was going to lead into something into this, and we both are equally invested in it because of what it can produce for both of us and our families. But it's just frustrating. It's frustrating. But at the end of the day, I had to ask myself, do I trust them? I do. They done fucked my check up twice. Made a lot of, I ain't gonna say promises, but it made a lot of, we all believe certain things that, I ain't gonna say we was led astray. Maybe we all was wrong. Because what I'm learning now, what everybody and their mama is telling me, is that butane just doesn't pick up until it gets cold, and it just hasn't been cold like that. so it doesn't really start moving until it gets cold. So that's what we're waiting on. And it's, November is here, so we'll see. Maybe it'll run November, December, January, February, March, April. And those, what's that? 2, 3, that's like 5 months. Maybe for those 5 months, we can run it up. Hopefully the snow don't slow us down too much. I'm just trying to be more optimistic now than I have been. I've been very pessimistic for good reason, because of all the things that were happening. But, it's just trying not to allow my emotions to take over. That's it, man. Trying not to, and who knows, I might still get screwed. Who knows? But I will say I have a plan B. I definitely have a plan B in the tuck, which is always nice. But I just don't want to act on that right now, because I just really want to see where this goes. I do. I know they say curiosity kills the cat. Well, I guess I'm a pussy, because I really want to see where this goes. I just got a hunch that this can still potentially be something worthwhile. I do. And like I said, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to come up here and say I was wrong. But I just got a feeling, whenever, and this is no disrespect, this is no prejudice, whatever, but whenever people are coming up to me, like, people are actually, like, this has happened to me like 3 times now since I've been with this, coming up to me was like, man, I ain't never seen no blackout haul in this. And I'm just like, huh? What are you talking about? Like, I don't see no blackout haul, no butane, these type of trailers. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that, and just looking at my peers from even whether it was the same carrier or different carriers, it's not a lot of people that look like me. And I'm not even talking about the color of my skin, but just the age. Like, I think I'm the youngest guy out here. I really believe that all these other guys, man, they're like granddads. You know what I'm saying? So, they strike me as gentlemen that just ain't gonna sit around for a dud. You know what I'm saying? And they're owner operators. So, it's just something is, you know what I mean? It's just like what the bishop says, just something that's tapping me on my shoulder and just saying, like, just sit tight, man. Just sit tight. Just relax. It's coming. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to see. We're going to ride it out. We're going to continue to ride it out. And I did have to humble myself a little bit because, $1,400 check, well, $11 after the deduction. $1,600 check. Well, the check after that was supposed to be $2,000, but they shorted me $600 again, so it was only $1,400. And then this week will probably only be about $900 because of one load, and that $600 that they owe me. And maybe they paid me the deadhead miles from home to Ohio. Maybe he'll give me a flat $1,000 just for the fuck of it. We'll see. I know he's done that before for me. It's just, I was so close to $1,000. He just gave me the flat $1,000. But we'll see. I mean, so I'm not making the least amount of money possible. I'm making, some money, and I had to humble myself a little bit to, I do have some high expectations, but rightfully so. This is what's been, this ain't nothing I was going to look for. This is an opportunity that came to me and was laid on my lap, like, yo, this woody, woo. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. And I was like, all right, bet, let's get it. You see what I'm saying? So, but that's all I got, man. We about 14 minutes in. I've been talking a lot. My videos are starting to get a little longer and longer. I'm trying to keep them right at that 10-minute mark, man. I don't want to talk y'all heads off, you know what I'm saying? Try to break it up in more videos, keep the content flowing. But I probably will get to a point where it goes back to the every other day versus the everyday. Because I know y'all, because y'all clicking them. Y'all must like me. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But like I say, I'm definitely going to be more optimistic. I definitely want to start doing other videos, try to get back into maybe some basic 101 trucking videos, or how to do this, or my opinion on this. Maybe I give a different opinion on certain things moving forward, and just shit like that, man. But as far as right now, we're just sticking it out. We're sticking it out. Like right now, I done already went and delivered that Ohio run from Ohio to Argo. That shit was like 900 miles. So that paid pretty decent. Paid really good. I still got to make an unloading and loading video. I just haven't done it yet because I want to be very sure of what I'm doing before I start talking about it. I could have been made that video, but I don't want to come up here and try to explain loading and unloading, a tank, and I've only done it twice. Now I've been doing it for about a month, a month and a half. So, I'm not an expert, but, I feel like I can explain at least through a video, not teach it, but explain it through a video, because I can't record it while I'm doing it, but I can record, like pull over, like where I'm at now in the rest area, like in the morning, just go out there and show you what holes go here and that and there and all that. So that'll be a video that should be coming soon, so check that out. And that's about it, man. That's all I got for tonight, man. I just wanted to get this off my chest, let you guys know what's going on. I'm still hanging in there, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna see what happens, man, day by day. It's the only thing you can do in life, man, is go day by day. You try to go any faster, and you're gonna slip up every time. I promise you, I guarantee it. Take it from somebody who knows. Take it day by day, man. Just slow and steady. You know what I mean? You get your nice cruise control, nice comfortable speed for you, and you get there just in time. You get there the time you're supposed to get there. You try to speed and jump out there in that left lane, and before you're ready, next thing you know, you got blue lights behind you, and you're putting yourself in a worse off situation than you would have been if you'd have just took your time. And that's just what I'm trying to, transition more into, just taking my time. And like Papa Bear said, just slowing down, slowing my thinking down, stop stressing myself out, So that's all I got, man. As always, stay safe, stay positive, stay productive, man. God Family Trucking. And as always, take care of your hustle. Hustle take care of you, man, every time I'm gone.